Hey, how goes it? Welcome back to Fight the Dragon. We're gonna start a new adventure, a brand new, fresh one. I got a little rambly at the end of the last episode, talking about some of the cool features, and I said we would make a dungeon, so we're gonna do that. I think how this is probably gonna work. I'll wait until we start getting to the point where I have to do nothing but build for a while, and then I'm just gonna time lapse it, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Oh no, I don't want that. I want this. Yeah. So here's the idea I have, generally. We're going to start with a nice grassy area. And I'm going to move the spawn over there because I don't want the spawn to be on stone. As you guys saw in the last episode, there's a fuckload of stuff that you can do in this creator. And I barely scratched the surface. I'm going to just delete this. Probably have to reshape this a lot, but let's delete this. Oh, no, I want to highlight that. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is I'm going to make, in fact, I'll describe it and then I'll build it, and then we'll go on from there, and we'll do it in like chunks of time lapse. That is probably the best idea how to do this. I'm going to make an entrance area for my adventure to start in. And that way you guys can see some of the cool stuff that we can do. So the idea here is I'm going to make a grassy area. I want a building that's like ruined off to the side. I'm going to put like some trees and stuff so players don't wander off the edge of the map over here. And a teleporter somewhere over here. As you're walking down this path, you turn and wander down the forest path to get to a town. That's what we're going to work on right now. From there, I'll describe what I'm going to do in the next section, which the way you do that apparently is we're going to build our start here. You just move off to the side, like over here, and you build a town here, and you put the teleporter that teleports to the town. And then you have the stuff that happens in the town, and then when you go to the next section, you teleport to another section, and so on and so forth. So let's do that. Let's build ourselves a little starting area for this. Alright, this is the most basic of basic shapes. Now I'm going to describe what I'm going to be doing here. So, I want to eyedropper this, because we're going to make some more walls coming in here. I'm going to go quarter, and we're going to just kind of raise these up in little chunks here to make this look more, what's it called? More ruinous. Now this one, I want there to be a big tall section here. And I will explain that later, but basically it's to make sure, because, yeah, I'll explain it later, fuck it. It's going to be too complicated to explain right here. I'm going to raise a lot of these. In fact, I'm going to go to half block. We're going to make it so the front of the building's kind of knocked down. The back of the building's going to be a little bit more tall. And then I'm going to do something similar right here. No, that's not gonna work. That's, oops, fuck. Fuck that right up. I have to put it right here. Back to quarter, just so I can vary this up a little. So, half block. Let me spin this around. So this is gonna be the end of the dungeon. The idea I have here, I'm gonna put some of these in. That's one full block. And then, is that another full block or too tall? I can't remember, or I can't really tell. Let's go full block. Raise it by one block, raise it by another block. Okay, so in theory you should be able to climb up this, and climb out. And it looks like it's ruins. I'm gonna go back to quarter. I'm going to just fucking take out that and put some little brick looking bits in here, just to give the illusion that this place is, you know, the roof collapsed in on it or something. So the idea here is we're going to go through our whole place, And now we're going to need a door here that you can come through. And the reason I wanted to make sure that you couldn't go up too tall on this, like the reason these are so tall is because I don't want you to be able to climb up any of this. In fact, I might be able to raise this up just a touch, but we'll test it in a little bit. But I don't want you to be able to walk around the edge of this because, I mean, first off, that's going to be fucking void. You fall in that, you die. And also, I'm going to put another room over here that's going to have some secret treasure if the players do the right things. So let's do that door. Props, interactive. It's just going to be a straight up door. Let me rotate this around so it lays flush. Oh, geez. There. That'll work. Now, props sliding. I want a sliding shelf right. Will that work? I want to put this. Oh, it's got to be on that. That's right. No, too far. Right there. Let me just spin this around. Get down in there. This needs to go down to the ground. So yeah, I don't want people to be able to walk up here also, because like I said, if I take this, switch to sculpt, I'm going to put a room back here with some treasure in it. Let me switch to this. I'm just going to get this a basic height. So yeah, a little bit of planning ahead of time is going to make this a little more interesting. Let's go quarter. I need to not have that highlighted. So I'm just going to ruin this up a little bit. Oh, spin around. And I shouldn't be able to climb up that. No, that's like 2 blocks tall. We'll do this just so it makes a little more sense. There, that looks good, right? I think so. I'm going to raise this a little bit because I believe this is too tall right here to climb. This is 1 block, so this is about 2 blocks. I can raise it 1 more even. There, that should be functional. And then over here, might as well put it in right now. We're going to go... Is it entities? Props? Chests. And I want... Let's put a big treasure chest right there. Should we put a monster or something in here too? That could be cool. Oh, we can do an on open, do an action. We can make it so on open, it will destroy one of these walls, so you can just leave easily. Rather than have to walk back through here and climb. No, because I want people to be able to climb this. Like, this is going to be the exit right here. Okay, there. So that's done. Let's move on to some decorating. And that's going to be some time-lapse stuff, because I'm going to start by making the floor here a little uneven and cleaning it up and making it look nice. Alright, I think I'm gonna call that good. So we've got these nice little, oh geez, nice little brick piles. They're a little bit differently lit, but they look okay. I think they'll that help break up some of the square shapes. Let's even put one in there just because. We foliage the fuck out of this back wall, considering it's just going to go off into the void, and this is just, you're meant to be looking at it from this angle because of the cameras facing this direction. So you spawn here and you go, oh, okay, and then you wander around this way. So let's have a look at it in-game real quick, just to make sure everything looks right. This is a void, so you should know to avoid that. Oh, oops, wrong button. Whole thing looks alright. Just kind of guides you off this way. And here's a teleporter, which doesn't work yet because we haven't built our next section yet. And then you can see that there's treasure in there. Now there's a way to fix that because I don't want people to know that there's a secret room there. So let's go ahead and try that real quick. Now I believe it is in Logic Blocker. So if I go over here, I think I can put the blocker right here. That'll work. So the way this works, because I know there's not going to be anything over here, I can just extend it out that far, and I can extend it out this far, and I can get it high enough to cover all of that. Let's look at that from the outside. That should just about do it. You might be able to tell there's a room there. Maybe we got to make it one bigger. Yeah, so let's go... Oh, wrong direction. This way. Yeah, so this should be hidden. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, there, you shouldn't be able to see in there. Let's test it real quick. Play test. So, we're in here. We're not close enough to unveil that part anyways. Oh, jeez. Now, it might be too dark there because it's not... Like, you can't see the wall. So we have to play with that just a little bit. If you really want to see, you can see it. What we could do is we could tuck it closer to the wall. Fuck it, we'll try that. But I do want it to obscure the fact that there is a room there, really. So let's go props, chests, fuck you. And then people just to look into this corner. Which I actually kind of like better because it's sneakier. Right there. And that'll work. That's good. So let's go playtest. Well, you can see there's a room or something there. Oh, that's broken. Maybe the height's a problem. Because when you tip into it, you phase through it. Alright, we'll have to make that smaller. You can still tell that there's a room there. That's really frustrating. Oops. But we can't phase into it anymore. Whatever, you can't see what's going on. That's fine. You can tell there's a room. You can tell you're not allowed to see what's in the room. Tell there's stuff going on in that room. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's make the next section. Actually, let's save this motherfucker. What are we gonna call it? Because I don't want this to just disappear if I forget to save it. It is here? No. Here? Yes. Save. What do we call this? Fuck it, we can rename it later, it says. Test Adventure. Apparently I can't put the word adventure in there. Weird. Can't use the word test alone either. We'll go with something mystical. Awoke in the... oh no. The woods. That's too long. Awoke in the woo. Alright. Let's see. Error, no player exit marker found. I know that. I'm just saving it. Saving it for... you know, it's not being published yet. That's fine. Alright, so the idea is I want to test something first. I mean, I guess there's no reason to save as much space as possible, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go out here. I don't think anyone will see that. We're going to go same kind of grass to start us off. Is that the right kind? I don't know if that's the right kind. I think maybe we had medium grass. Whatever, that's fine. So there's that. Let's hook up these teleporters real quick. Props, interactive. I don't remember what the fuck, like where things are. Teleporter. Right there. So, bidirectional. Do we want it to be bidirectional, or should we want to make it one direction? Let's make it bidirectional. Just so you can go back if you want for no real reason. Used by everyone. Actually, let's make it used by players. It doesn't matter really, but we'll do that. And we're going to connect it to you. So they should both be bidirectional, connected to each other. Right? Bidirectional connected. Okay, so now this will teleport you here, which is the next section. We'll add some more foliage and stuff, but let's block out what we want this to look like. I'm thinking you're going to enter either a town or... No, we'll do a lone tavern in the woods. That sounds good. Also, I think there's signs. Let's see. Entity, no. NPC? It's probably an NPC. Signpost. Are there variants of this? No, whatever. Let's see. Can I capitalize? There we go. Shady Dragon. Oh. What am I spelling? Shady Dragon Inn ahead. There we go. Exit out of that. So now we have a sign that says if you take this, you go to the Shady Dragon Inn, which is my favorite inn from a very old AD&D module. I don't know. Ooh, we could actually model the real Shady Dragon Inn. I gotta find my module's at home, and I'm currently visiting Silver's parents, which is like 150, 200 miles away from home. That's a problem. I'm going to find a PDF of the Shady Dragon Inn, and we'll model it off of that. That way I don't have to actually fucking think about what this inn's going to look like.